So let's go through this one more time with our ratio proportion and plug it in for anyone that prefers that method. So first, remember, we're going to plan our steps out. So we're going to go from, we can take our pounds and we can figure out how many kilograms that is. And then we can go from milligrams, because we're given milligrams per kilogram per day. And we can figure out our milligrams per day. And then we can take that information and get to our milligrams per dose, since we know that there's 4 divided doses. And then because we have this packaging here, we can take that and then go and figure out our tabs per dose. So those are the steps we'll go in. So we already have our knowns and our unknowns, like I said, and we've already done this problem. So let's get our pounds and figure that out, pounds to kilograms. So we have 48 pounds, 48 pound child, and we want to figure out the relationship to kilograms. So we're going to put that over X kilograms. And then we know that 2.2 pounds is related to our 1 kilogram. That's the relationship. For every 1 kilogram, there's 2.2 pounds. So we're going to verify here that our units match. So we have pounds on the top and we have kilograms on the bottom. And once we've done that, we can go ahead and we can cross multiply. So you're going to get your 2.2x equals 48. And then here on our last problem, we were dividing by 1. So I didn't really call it out, but remember, you always have to divide to get x alone. So we divide by our 2.2. So you're going to get 48 divided by 2.2. And we should get x equals 21.8 kilograms, right? Now that we've figured out our pounds to kilograms, we can take this information into our next step and figure out our milligrams per day. So we're going to take x milligrams, because that's what we're trying to figure out, is how many milligrams we would be doing for a 21.8 kilogram child. And then we know that the relationship we have is this 60 milligrams per 1 kilogram, right? So here our course that we're going to verify, we have everything matching, our milligrams on the top and we have our kilograms on the bottom. So now we can cross multiply. So you're going to take your 60 times 21.8, and you guys can let me know what you get. 1x. So what's our 60 times our 21.8? We should get 1x equals 1308. And then of course just divide by 1 to get our x alone. So we know that we have x equals 1308. So this is going to tell us our milligrams. So next up, we have to figure out, we've done our pounds to kilograms, we've done our milligrams per day, and now we have to get our milligrams per dose. So we know that there's 4 divided doses, right? So we have our 1308 that we had just figured out milligrams, and we know that we're giving it in, that's over 4 doses, 4 divided doses. And then what we're trying to solve for is x milligrams per 1 dose. We want to know how many milligrams we're giving per dose, right? So our units match, we have our milligrams on the top and our dose on the bottom. And what are we going to do? We're going to cross multiply. So tell me what we get here. We have our 1308 times our 1, and we have 4x. Of course, we have to divide by 4 to get x alone. Okay, and we get x equals, we should get 327 milligrams per dose. So now that we have that figured out, we have done our pounds to kilograms, our milligrams per day, our milligrams per dose, and now we have one final step to figure out our tabs per dose. So with this last step, we knew, remember, we had that label and it told us that we had 160 milligrams per 1 tablet. We can take our 327 milligrams and write that, and we want to know this relationship to tablets. We want to know how many tablets we're going to be giving to get that 327 milligrams. And then we are going to take what we know, this 160 milligrams per tablet. So 160 milligrams on the top per 1 tablet. So we have our milligrams on the top and we have our tablets on the bottom. Our units match. So we can go ahead and do our cross multiplication here. So you're going to take your 327 times 1 and then 160x. And then of course we have to divide by 160. And so what do you get here? We're going to divide to get x alone. So x equals, and you're probably getting that same like 2.04, I think it was. And remember that we have to round down, right? Because you're not going to give 0.04 of a tablet, right? That'd be crazy to try to figure out. So we wanted this whole number. So we look to the right of that decimal place, as you remember. And if it's less than 5, we're going to round down. So we have 2 tabs. And of course, we see that we're correct.